Hello everybody and welcome to our live feed update show for today, the 29th of August. We have a good amount, not so much, but we have a good amount of things to discuss that have happened on the live feeds, leading into tonight's Eviction episode. But first, let me remind all you guys that if you missed any of the past shows, they're over at yourrealityrecaps.com/bb21. You can see the past shows with house guests, these daily shows that we do live every day. They're there. Trash Giraffe, Flashback Times, everything is over on the website for this season and all seasons of Big Brother, plus all the other shows we cover, like Amazing Race and Survivor and blah, 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 blah. Now, I have a special announcement, since you all seem to love it. If you guys don't have the live feeds, you should get them from us at yourrealityrecaps.com/feeds, because tonight is endurance. It's going to be an endurance comp tonight. And what would an endurance comp be without me watching it with you guys? So, yes, I will be watching the Big Brother endurance comp with you guys live tonight. I will do that on You Now, since we're doing the TV co-show here now. But I will be doing that one on You Now, so immediately following tonight's episode, I will go live on You Now, and we can watch it play out over there later tonight. So that will be a lot of fun, of course. If you want to watch the feeds for free, you can become a live feed updater at yourrealityrecaps.com/updaters. You get to watch the feeds for free, promote your Twitter, and so much more. Prizes. So fill out the form if that's something you are interested in. Like I said, if you're not following us on You Now, make sure you follow us over there. yourrealityrecaps.com/YouNow. Become a fan. You get alerted every time we go live over there. And of course, you're watching in TV Co right now, so make sure that you are following us here too, because this is the other place we do shows live every single day. And if you are here, hit the 3 little buttons and share the show, because that super duper helps when you share the show and let people know that we are live. Of course, if you want to help support our shows, yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. You get access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways, weekly shows, John's cooking show, meal kit giveaways, it's all going on in the patron group. Of course, the after shows with the BB21 house guest will be there. We've already done some there. You could always do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal, or if you have any Amazon shopping to do, use our Amazon link, yourrealityrecaps.com/Amazon. And for the love of God, follow us on Instagram. Reality Recaps over on Instagram. And I just wanted to say, I saw people have been tweeting me that the last daily live feed update show has been removed from YouTube for copyright. I will fix it. I will get it posted. It is why you should watch these shows when they are live. I will also tell you, the shows are also on iTunes, and they can't remove them from iTunes. So, if ever you're like jonesing and like, oh my god, I need to watch that, why is YouTube being a dick? Just know it's always in our iTunes feed. Our iTunes audio feed. We have audio feeds and video feeds. It's in the iTunes audio feed. But I will work on fixing that. I have a feeling it's because we used a lot of the clown footage, and that's going to be like I'm sure a main part of tonight's episode. So they don't like it when we use stuff that they're going to make into a special segment on the show, I guess. Who knows? You Now isn't free. You Now is always free. It's the same as here. Totally free. Did you see Nick talking to Nicole? Cast her vote. She will get voted for... What? She will get booted for not voting for him to stay? I don't know what you're saying, Michelle. I just want to say, usually we save the drinking, the day drinking for nighttime, and usually for when we're celebrating. And Christie's not leaving, so a lot of people are not celebrating. Okay? So, gotcha. Oh, booed was the word you were going for? Let me try that again. Did you see Nick talking about when Nicole's cast her vote, she will get booed for not voting for him to stay? No, I didn't see that. I'm assuming that happened earlier today. I mean, I'm sure Nick's joking. Nick is very sarcastic. I had the pleasure last night of watching Nick do all of his campaigning. I saw most of Christie's campaigning, and then I watched Nick's final thoughts to everyone as the night ended. So, I mean, not to jump ahead, spoiler alert, his campaigning did not work. But he did talk to Nicole for not a long time, but for a while last night. And he told her, you can't vote for me to stay. You cannot vote for me to stay. You have to go along and do what the HOH wants. You don't want to put a target on your back. You know, if you find out that the votes are going to go in my favor, then 100% I would love you to go on board if you are a tie breaker of some sort. But it's not going to work that way, so don't ruin your game. Don't ruin your game. Now, when he was having that conversation with Nicole, I'm not even going to do it to all of you. I'm not even going to do it to you. I have not heard somebody suck snot into their nose and have so much phlegmy mouth noises during a conversation in my life ever. It was so hard to get through listening to him talk to Nicole. I mean, is it allergies? Does he have a deviated septum? They need to give him something. Because the amount of, mucus production within Nick is, off the charts. I feel bad for the people that have to edit him. I feel absolutely horrible for the people that have to edit him. So, let's go back and talk a little bit about Nick's campaigning earlier last night. I don't know why my chat's not scrolling. So basically, last night, Nick started with Tommy, and he was like, look, bro, I just want you to know that you were like ride or die with Jack. And then you didn't vote for him. And then you were ride or die with Sis. And then you didn't vote for her. And not for nothing, you told me that if I was sitting next to Christie, that you would vote her out. And that you and I are really close. And now I need your vote. And nothing. So, Nick was very, vaguely trying, I feel, to threaten Tommy. To just kind of be like, hey, if you don't give me your vote, you're not gonna win. The whole jury feels like you didn't have their back when they were going out. Now, Tommy did counter that with a really good point of, my vote wouldn't have mattered in the Jack vote, and my vote wouldn't have mattered in the Sis vote. And not for nothing, my vote doesn't really matter now either. And of course, Nick is going with, it doesn't matter. You're not trying, or Nick feels that Tommy is not trying hard enough to get him to stay in this game. Which is kind of true, but we know it's because of the Tommy and Christie relationship. So, I mean, this is definitely one argument where the pre-existing relationship is, I guess, not fair. Because had they not had a pre-existing relationship, Tommy probably would have voted to keep Nick. Because it doesn't make sense for Tommy to want Christie to stay in the game. Apache says, at least so far we're leaning towards a bitter jury. I'm never under the disillusion that we're not having a bitter. There will always be a bitter jury. Nick could have bribed Tommy with shower time, says Ice Kitten. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe he should have done a real foot massage, maybe. Kind of, sort of. It really wasn't a good pitch that he was making to Tommy. Because when all is said and done, Tommy's just not having it. But you almost felt bad for Tommy in a way, because Tommy was like, can you not leave for a little bit, Nick? Nick, could you just, like, stay? Like, I don't want to be done talking. Like, Nick knew that he made all the points to Tommy that he needed to make. Points like, if I go, there's no one for Christie to go after. If I go, you're down another guy. And you know people like Christie and Tommy are going to want to target the guys. And I could have been that person that would have been one of those targets, one of those shields for you. Tommy just wasn't buying any of it. Tommy was not here for any of it. He just wasn't. So Nick, is like, all right, I gotta practice what I'm gonna say to Cliff, which basically his pitch to Cliff is basically the same exact thing. The girls are gonna go after the guys. You're gonna want me here as a buffer. Then Christie isn't gonna go after you. I'm gonna go up before her. Also, by the way, Cliff, I presented that deal which kept you safe for 2 weeks. Just want to be like, and then it also came out on Taco Tuesday that you were ready for him to go the second that deal expired. Oh, we'll get into the Jackson. I'm just kind of going through these because these ones don't really matter. The only real one of Nick's pitches that matter are the one to Holly and Jackson, because ultimately everyone will do what they say. Nick could have made a Final Four going to Holly and made the deal with the prankster not to put up Jackson. I mean, we've discussed this. This is one of the many things that Nick did wrong this week. I do not understand why Nick did not do just that. I don't understand why Nick did not go to Holly before Noms and say, I'm the prankster. If you want me to keep Jackson off the block, you keep me off the block. It seems real simple. Instead, and I will never understand, and I can't wait until he gets out of this house and can explain it to us, I will never understand why he's acting like this was somehow a bargaining chip to use after the fact. So, like we saw on the show the other day, he used it after the POV. There's no more power left in it after the POV. I still don't understand. No clue. Heather says, Cliff isn't stupid. Keeping Nick for him is dumb. It gives Nicole and Tommy each an ally and does nothing for him. Now, I completely disagree with you on this one, Heather, because you're forgetting one huge factor. Cliff knows that Tommy and Nicole know each other in the real world. The fact that Cliff is not pushing harder with Holly and Jackson to keep... I'm sorry, Christie. Did I say Nicole? Yes, sorry, I meant Christie. The fact that Cliff is not pushing harder with Nicole to Holly and Jackson to get rid of Christie and keep Nick makes no sense to me when he knows Christie and Tommy know each other in the real world. I mean, we know he knows it. It makes no sense to me. It just doesn't. He is waiting in Cliff's mind for a time that will help him. Ooh. Okay. I mean, what is it going to matter when you don't have the numbers? You're sending out a person who would have voted with you, so whoop-de-doo, you have knowledge. You don't have the ability to do anything with it. You're sending out a number that would have voted with you, which would have been your ability to do something with that information. So, great, you know it. Use it. I don't get it. I don't, I'm very interested to know why Cliff isn't using it. He will not be allowed to talk about it when we have him on, the main show. I am hoping it is something he will be willing to talk about in the patron after show. And same thing with Nick. I would like to know why he didn't leverage this ahead of time. It still makes no sense. Like, he says it to everybody in his speech. Like in all of his campaigning yesterday, he went around to everyone and said, I could have taken the easy route. I could have put up Jessica, and I could have rallied the votes against Jessica very easily. It would not have been difficult. Then why didn't you do it? I mean, I don't think it would have been that easy, but then why didn't you do it? I wonder if production... But I mean, look, let's just play devil's advocate for a minute and be like, production talked to Cliff and was like, Cliff, you have to act as if you never heard that information. Well, how would they know that whatever Cliff is doing in the game is not what he would have done anyway? I don't know how they would police Cliff from actually not acting on it. And if you've noticed, after that happened is when Cliff became way more vocal about wanting Tommy out. He became way more vocal about Tommy being his target after that situation. Now, I'm not saying he never mentioned it before. He 100% did say he's not 100% doesn't 100% feel safe with Tommy. However, his tune really focused in laser of I'm going after Tommy if I win power after he heard that message. So, I mean, I don't understand why he wants to go after Tommy, sees Tommy as this huge threat, is also aware of the wall shouter, but doesn't see Christie as a threat right now. When you have the ability. Because here's the thing. I think Holly and Jackson need Nicole and Cliff more than Nicole and Cliff need Holly and Jackson. I truly believe if Cliff and Nicole pushed and said, we want Nick to stay, we want Christie out, Christie is the bigger threat, I think they could have convinced Holly and Jackson to flip it and keep Nick. But they're playing too scared. I mean, they have Jessica with them more than Holly and Jackson do. They have an extra number that Holly and Jackson really aren't going to have. And Cliff could even be leveraging Tommy in this scenario, or the Tommy Christie information in this scenario. I think getting out Nick is going to be a mistake. And this is coming from the person who you all know, I love Christie in this game. I don't want Christie to go. I want Christie on my feeds. Christie is fun feeds. That's why I want her to stay. But from a game move, I think voting out Nick right now is going to be something that hurts Cliff and Nicole long term. And I hope that I'm wrong. Because God forbid, like a Tommy wins, I don't think Tommy's going to go after Holly and Jackson. I really don't. Cliff has something over Tommy that's powerful. Well, but he's not doing anything with it, so how powerful is it? I agree with you. He has the most powerful bit of information in the house. Nick is making an amazing campaign right now. We're going to get to what his pitch was to Holly and Jackson. His pitch to Holly and Jackson was gold. Anybody would be crazy not to take that deal. Same thing like the things he's saying to Tommy. Anybody would want the deals that he is offering. Now, granted, Nick says, I'm not making deals, I'm making promises. So I don't know. Nobody owes me anything, which I think was a good strategy, because people are afraid everybody's making these deals. then I vote to keep you, but I wasn't in that deal, so I'm going to have to end up being your target the next week. So in Nick's campaigning, he's been very clear about, I'm not making deals. Nobody owes me anything. I'm just telling you all what I will do for you if you keep me, which I think is a very interesting strategy and amazing if he honors it. Just my point is this. Great campaigning, great promises or deals that he's making to people, but the reason it didn't work is because with Tommy, there is that pre-existing relationship that Nick is unaware of. That is a huge factor why Tommy is not gonna budge. And Cliff has that information. Cliff has the information about one of the biggest factors that is going to stop deals from happening and allow deals from happening to the end of this game. And it's just interesting that he's not trying to leverage it in any way. And we'll never know. We'll probably never know. I mean, look, I will just tell you all right now. I'll try and get him to talk about it on the Patreon show. If he doesn't talk about it on the Patreon show, I'll try and get him to talk about it off air. And then maybe on the following show, I'll make some guesses. I'll make some guesses about allegedly what could have happened. I'll try and give you the info if I can get it. I think Jackson wants Holly out. Tommy said he would go forward without her. Jackson doesn't want Holly out. Jackson's not going to do that. Jackson is very concerned that America sees him as a pompous douchebag. He is very concerned that he has, been labeled racist earlier in the season. I think Jackson is very aware of the things he does and says now in order to hopefully change the way people are seeing him. I do not think Tommy is going to make a move against Holly and add that to his resume of douchebaggery. Personally, I don't think he's going to do that. And I mean, look, he's been winning me over. I'm not excusing any of the things that he has done in the past. This is not like he doesn't have a clean slate. I have not forgotten about the things that he has done in the past. I'm just saying, currently in the game, or more specifically, since Jack has left, I have actually enjoyed Jackson. He has been way more, I don't know, something. He's been way more likable since Jack has left. And he seems to focus more on, game and not making things personal, which I like about him. And, most importantly, he wants to protect Nicole. Jackson and Holly want to protect Nicole and want to bring Nicole to the end. Also, we know Nick wants to make sure that Nicole gets to the end. There are a lot of people right now really wanting to protect Nicole and help Nicole make it to the end of this game, which I think is great. I think it's great. Because they know in the end they can beat Nicole. Good. Keep thinking it. Keep thinking it. So far, there's a whole jury of people that feel bitter and backstabbed. But you know what that whole jury does? Like Nicole. And guess what? If the last Nicole won this game, doing literally nothing all season, I'm thrilled for this Nicole to win. Be likable. And maybe not have done a lot all season. But you know what Nicole will be? Amazing to fans. You know she'll be in these BB streets with us, so I'm fine with that. Like I said, hypocrite, I don't care. It's Big Brother season, sign me up. I think Nicole could win. I think it's going to be a bitter jury. And I think if Nicole gets there, The only person I could probably see Nicole losing to at this point is Jackson. Possibly Holly. But I think anybody else left in that house, Nicole wins. Anybody else left in that house, Nicole beats them in final two. Now, Holly and Jackson will have comp wins and HOHs on their resume. 100% even Tommy. 100% Tommy easily. That's where Nicole would struggle. And the problem with Nicole is I don't think she'll lie. I don't think Nicole would spin it into a lie the way other people have spun their final two speeches into a lie. Like, meaning Nicole won't be like, well, I didn't win that HOH because I knew I didn't need to. I had other people that were willing to make the shots for me. Like, Nicole's not gonna tell that bullshit story that people tell when they can't win anything. So that's going to be a detriment to Nicole if she were to end up against like a Holly or a Jackson. Now, what I think could be the nail in the coffin for anyone sitting next to Nicole is if God forbid, not God forbid, if God please, Nicole wins an HOH and gets out a Jackson or gets out a Holly. And really, if she wants the biggest thing to put on her resume, she needs to get out Jackson. I think she wins against anyone if she can say, I took out Jackson from this game. But we'll see. I hate to say it, but Jackson will have a good argument being a big target after J44 and really before that having to win to the end. I agree, that's why I'm saying. Jackson, I think, wins this game next to pretty much anybody. And I think Holly could make a lot of the same arguments that Jackson could make, so I think Holly also has a really good argument against winning this with anyone in the game too. Cliff's done nothing. Sure, he was an HOH, I don't care. He did nothing. He made deals, he weaseled out, he did nothing. He was a flop. Sure, Jessica got out Jack, but again, flop. Did nothing all season. You can't just keep using that as your one thing. Everybody's aware that you are not in any deal, that you have not been a part of any plan. You have nothing to say that you did all season. You had 1 week. You're not beating anybody. And in all honesty, same thing for Nicole. There is not much that Nicole is going to say that she can say that she did in this game. She can't even say that she saved herself the week she was going home. That was, Tommy, Christie, Holly that flipped that vote. So Nicole needs to win stuff. Nicole needs something on a resume to make the jury feel okay with giving her the win. We'll see. Cliff is not a flop. Annalise is a flop. Cliff's not a flop. He's a desperate for attention, desperately seeking America's favorite player, will roll over and sell out anybody in his alliance, backstabber. Which, don't get me wrong, in a lot of cases are great qualities for Big Brother and are qualities I like, but again, there's something about when you wrap it up in a Cliff package that just makes it seem car salesman-y, fake. It's just not likable. Just don't buy it. He's a flip-flopper. Right. Cliff 100% is a flip-flopper. I will agree with you on that. So we have so diverted away from the main Nick campaigning that I wanted to talk to you all about, and that was the campaigning to Holly and Jackson yesterday. And it basically was he pledged his undying loyalty to them. He basically said, you don't owe me anything. if you keep me here, and let's be real, you're the ones that'll be keeping me here. You don't owe me anything. You can put me right back up if you win HOH. Not only that, I will do whatever you want in every competition going forward. So if you tell me you want me to drop, I will drop. If you tell me you want me to hang on and win it, I'll hang on and win it. If I win it, you can pick the noms. You can pick the replacements. You can do whatever you want with my life in this game, because you will have kept me in this game. And that was a very enticing deal to them. It was a very enticing deal to them. Now, I saw somebody already asking, what was the deal with the condom? Well, Nick has examples. Nick has examples.
This is a promise. We're not working together. I would be working for you.
Right.
For example, I am your protection.
It's a condom.
Right? So, hypothetically, Jackson and Holly.
Oh. Wait for it. Wait for it.
I need you to stay focused because I've been practicing this, okay? If I were to win HOH next week, would I put up you or would I put up you? No. I'm your protection, right? Even if I don't get put up, even if I don't win, I'm going to be put up. This blocks Jackson, Mickey, and Holly on from being put up. Or, if I'm sitting next to you, I take you off. Whoops, I condom just broke.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you believe in karma, or fate, or a higher power, but I would just like to point out, this condom is representing me protecting all of you in all these crazy scenarios. Oops, the condom broke.
This blocks Jackson, Mickey, and Holly on from being put up. Or, if I'm sitting next to you, I take you off. Whoops, I condom just broke. However, this is really important. This is an important piece.
It's really important.
Say I win next week and I keep you guys safe, right? Because that's what my promise would be. I'm not making a deal. I'm just promising you.
Just
you don't owe me
promises.
anything.
Right.
Then, Jackson, Mickey, or Holly Allen, you win the next HOH following that.
Every time he goes Holly on, I don't understand his accent. I don't get it.
When you are done with your protection, you dispose of it. Fuck, that's one under the counter. You guys don't owe loyalty to me, I owe to you. So, I win next week, I put up someone, I get them out. Then one of you guys wins, you put me up, and you send me out. However, Mr. Jackson Mickey, if you happen to put me up, and I take myself off on the block, and then I win the following week. Another rubber.
Then we have another condom.
Fuck.
They're so hard to get off.
Then I win the following week. My promise to you is that you will be protected. So even if one of you guys put me up, I'm still going to be your protection. Not only that, I'm going to be a target in the house. Someone that you now know 100% is not coming after you.
Yeah.
And you'll have a vote.
Yep.
You have my word. My word has meant everything.
Yep.
Do you really believe
Nope.
that I would have gotten a power this week if what I was saying was false?
Yes.
If what I was saying about how the things that she said on day 33 were false, how she didn't want to go to romances with 6 were false. If she didn't say that Nicole was going to take a shot at Jack was false.
Yes.
If she didn't come up, if I made a deal with her to keep her safe with nothing in return.
Yeah, we do. We all think that, because we all know it's just that people wanted you to go after Christie. I do think it is kind of funny how Nick is over here, like, preaching loyalty. Like, Nick is over here like, I never went against anybody. My word is my bond. I never did anything bad. Anything I said I stuck to, and I was with the truth, and I never flip-flopped. Girl, you're the biggest flip-flopper in this game in the beginning. You tried to get Nicole out because you believed your girlfriend. Then you ran back and forth to power every single week until some magical way your side got a little bit more power. None of us forgot about any of that happening. I don't know why we're acting like you're all of a sudden this pillar of truth in the Big Brother game. No, we all still remember. Con man preacher Nick. I just think it's funny. I think it's funny that he is, acting like, oh, I am such a moral compass of this game, and that is why America has voted me into so much power. And then with that power, I did absolutely nothing. And then I tried to use the power after the fact when there was actually no more power left in the power, which makes no sense. But I am a very smart person. And my absolute favorite, is when he keeps saying stuff like, and I got this for you, and I'm going to win it. Like, if you need me to win the HOHs, I'm going to win the HOHs. If you need me to win the POVs for you, I'm going to win the POVs. Girl, you haven't been able to win them for you. You haven't been able to win them for you when your life is on the line. So, why would I think that you're gonna... Now, if Jackson was making that pitch, Jackson has won so much, I would absolutely believe it. I'm not believing it with you making that pitch, because, again, nobody's done less for themselves in this game than you, Nick. Literally, nobody. Does Nick accuse Nicole of faking her anxiety? Now she's his BFF. It's weird. I mean, again, I'm not going down that road. We discussed that. Go back and watch that live feed update show. I mean, I didn't think that was that big of a deal. I know a lot of people felt super offended by that, and I didn't think that was a big deal. But speaking of Nicole... Look at how beautiful she looks with her little makeover. I mean, I think Nicole looks pretty all the time, honestly. Like, I think Nicole just has, like, a natural beauty about her. But God, like, you put a little bit of, like, pinks and blues on her, and it really just makes her face pop. Definitely makes her face pop. And then you, like, blow her hair out. She's going to be having a lot of boyfriends when this show is over, is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I mean, by the way, when you compare that to the last Nicole that played this game, just saying. Just in case you all wanted to wonder, like, why we care about having a good Nicole in the game. So... Oh God, if you guys missed the You Now show, the TV Co show last night, I don't know if there's playbacks of that, but I thought I was just going to be on that show for like 20 minutes last night. Turned into a 2.5-hour extravaganza of Big Brother secrets being spilled by McCrae and I would just ask a simple question, and then it would go off the rails, and shit would get exposed. I manifested more in that show than, I wish I was recording it on my end. I would have posted it, but I don't have it. Hopefully TV Co. posts it, or people can watch it back. Anywho, somebody was asking about another clip. Hold on, let me see if I have it quickly. Oh, right. Okay, so people were asking... Well, actually, wait. Let me go back for 1 second, and then I will do the preview of Nick's eviction speech. So, after Nick is done kind of making that condom pitch that we just heard, he kind of leaves it with them, like he's walking out the door, and the last thing that he says to them is, and just so you guys know, no hard feelings. Whatever happens, happens. And if I go, I go. And then if by some chance I make it back in this game, like through a battle back or a twist, I will still honor all my deals. That I will still honor all the promises I just made to you. So then the door closes, and Jackson looks at Holly and goes, Great, so we're voting him out. Why do I need to keep him? We vote him out, and then if it's a non-eviction week or he comes back in for battle back, he's still honoring all the promises that he made to us. I thought his pitch was great until that. I really did think his pitch to them was very enticing until he said, and even if I get voted out and come back, I'll still honor it. No, then what's the point of doing it? This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And I will say this, and it is what made his pitch seem very, very believable. He did tell them, I will give you my life in this game. I will do anything that you want in this game. Whoever you tell me to put up or nominate or whatever you want, I'm gonna do. Except Nicole. He's like, I will not touch Nicole. I will not go after Nicole. So, and now, whether that's strategic, whether he is saying that to try and show them, look, when I give my word, I mean it, and I'm going to be this loyal. Like, I'm willing to do all this for you, but I did give loyalty to Nicole, so I'm not going to betray her loyalty, just like I won't betray you if you accept this deal. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And he also sold Nicole to them as well. He also, in his speech, was very much like, if I go, you need to have Nicole's back. She will 100% be loyal to you. She will not screw you over. You can trust her. You want to bring her to the end. He did such a great job of advocating for Nicole to Holly and Jackson. Debbie Dawn says, and we saw how much Nick's loyalty helped out Sis. I don't think Nick was loyal to Sis. I think Nick was sexually attracted to Sis. I don't think he was loyal to Sis. Tommy and Christie are not having Nicole's back. They need to go. Well, unfortunately, your precious not-a-flop Cliff is going to make sure that they stay together. Your precious little Cliff has the information to make something happen, and he doesn't want to use it right now. He's going to wait till he doesn't have the numbers to try and do something with it. Or not. Or production told him he's not allowed to mention it, and then he can't. Nicole doesn't have Nick's back as much as she has hers. I completely disagree with you. So late last night, Nicole, Cliff, Holly, and Jackson all got together upstairs. They had their talk about why they feel Nick needs to go. Nicole was able to get the reasons out of Holly and Jackson why Nick should go. Mainly, the main one being, all the points that he made in his pitch to them is the reasons why he's going to win this game. The fact that he's loyal, the fact that he is willing to make these grand gesture promises in order to try and save his game is a game that anybody in the jury is going to award the $500K to if he makes it to the end. So, there was that, and just that, they don't really trust where his loyalty lies, etc., etc. So, when that meeting was over, Nicole went right to Nick and told him everything. Nicole went right to Nick and said, literally word for word. Nicole told Nick word for word why they're not keeping him, which is why I say Nicole is just as loyal to Nick as he is to her. Nicole did not need to give him that information. Nicole is in a great spot right now. Nicole is in a great spot right now. She did not need to give Nick that information. She knew the votes weren't going to change. She knew there was nothing probably that Nick could do, but she's telling him what they talked about in their 4-person alliance meeting last night, that if God forbid that comes out, Nicole's going to become target number one. So I think Nicole is doing as much for Nick as Nick is doing for her. She doesn't have the leverage to promise loyalty, or she doesn't have, the ability to promise comp wins and stuff like that, but she has information that could make her the number one target if it got exposed, and she's giving that information to Nick. So I would say she is caring for him the same amount. Can we hope for a Christie win so Cliff leaves and doesn't get America's favorite player? I think it's interesting you think that Christie is going to go after Cliff. I honestly think Christie will go after Holly and Jackson. She did tell Tommy the other day in the trailer room that, all bets are off if she wins, that this is the end of the game, and she needs to go after the people that she doesn't trust, and that's Holly and Jackson. Yeah, I think she hands down will. She'll go after Holly and Jackson. Yeah, Christie made a final two with Cliff, but to be fair, didn't Christie make like a final two with everybody? Pretty sure at one time or another, Christie has like a final 2 or 3 deal with like everyone in that house. They all do. I feel like they all have final 2, 3 deals with everyone. I mean, it's going to be all couples left now. It's going to be Holly Jackson, Tommy Christie, Nicole Cliff. Jessica's not included in anything per usual. She's not included in anything. She's left out, not having a clue what's going on in this house. Okay, so now let's go over to, because a lot of you said you wanted the preview, because we're probably not going to get to hear all of this tonight, of what Nick's eviction speech is going to be. I actually have not heard. I mean, I've seen tweets about it, but I have not actually heard it yet. So I'm kind of interested to hear this. Okay.
I just gotta think of my speech.
Okay, let's do it.
Mom, Dad.
Mom, Dad.
I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Thank you for teaching me respect and not being a sore loser. And when I'm down in the dumps.
You like to
not
take
blow
dumps.
People's games because I'm jealous of it or something like that. And then it's gonna be like, Sam, thank you for being loyal. I know that if I ever got a house guy's choice, I wouldn't even have to ask you. I know you would have done it regardless of what who the HOH was. That kind of
You're wrong.
loyalty you don't get. Bella, you talk with me a lot. I love you. You're my ride or die. I can't wait to see you.
Well, that's going to be awkward when you get out of the house.
Family night, I love you so much. America, I appreciate y'all giving me the America's Prankster. I literally made my nominations based on what I was told that I would be able to win against. Unfortunately, people wavered. There's literally nothing that I could do, but I appreciate you recognizing me that I'm playing a truthful, honest game and other people in this house aren't. Or I might do a mental health one before that, like, if anyone is struggling with mental health, anxiety, depression, blah, 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 any sort of mental illness, please, please, please seek help.
That's awesome.
It's a good platform.
I think this is going to be like something like that.
That's the whole thing?
Thanks. That were they won and they got paint on them from the camp director.
Well.
If like this wasn't the day, or like if I was like the first, second, or third person in a jury, I would have fucking been a savage. In my.
You think?
Okay.
So? Probably not.
No, like I'm only holding back me right now because.
Okay, I thought I was reading tweets where it said that he said he was going to say something like, thank you, America, for the power, and to my friends and family out there, please make sure that you save and timestamp the moment that Holly and Jackson realized that I was right and their games are over because they sent me out or something. Like, I thought he had some, like, snarky... There's a much more yeah, clearly. Because I thought I was reading a better... Is it from, like, 2 hours ago? Alright, hold on. This might be the updated version. Alright, we got one more version. This might be the updated. It's only 1 minute. Okay.
What?
Whatever you want.
Alright. Before I get started, I just want to say if anyone is struggling with mental health, please, please, please seek help. Don't be embarrassed or scared. There's people out there that want to help you and that can help you. Mom, Dad, I love you. Thank you for teaching me respect, integrity, and how to not be a sore loser when my back's up against the wall and I'm jealous of other people's position. I don't blow their game up when they're supposed to be my friend or ally. Sam, I appreciate you so much. I miss your loyalty in this game. I know that if I ever got...
Oh, this is gonna be super awkward when it gets up to the Tommy part with Tommy right there.
Oscar's choice, I could pick you and you would play for me without me even asking. I can't wait to meet Zach and Bradley. Isabella, I love you. Me, Taiwan Leila. I can't wait to see you on finale night and kiss your face. Also, real smooth taking my chain, you little turd.
That's the best part.
America, I appreciate you giving me the power of America's Prankster. I see that you guys notice that I'm playing a clean, respectful game and there's other people in this house that aren't. I'd rather that be noticed by 5 million plus people than people that are ignorant to this in this house. I'm out.
Love it.
Love it. It's not true.
Love it, love it, love it.
Send it.
Oh, Tommy. I have a feeling that ending was tweaked because Tommy was sitting there. Because I know there is some... He said something like, I'm going to make sure that Tommy knows you didn't have my back. Which is also a point, by the way, that he made to Holly and Christie upstairs. He very much said to them that whole thing. When they were like... I think Jackson asked him, if it's me or Tommy on the block, who do you send home? And Nick goes, I send Tommy home. And Jackson's like, wow. And then Nick says, that's actually not surprising. He's like, again, when Jack needed Tommy, Tommy wasn't loyal to Jack. When Sis needed Tommy, Tommy wasn't loyal to Sis. Now I need Tommy, Tommy's not being loyal to me. So I don't owe Tommy anything. Tommy isn't a loyal player in this game. So that was a thing. That was also part of his pitch to Jackson and Holly, and also a great way to diminish the game of other people. Well, again, making Nicole look great. To these people. Nick said that to Tommy himself. I know he did. He said it to Tommy himself for sure. He changed it after he thought about getting back in the game. Oh, so is that the update from earlier now? So now he's changed it to not be so direct towards him? Okay. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. We're, like 50 minutes away at this point? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens going into tonight's episode. I think, is it going to be prank week? Are the evictions going to stand or not stand? I'm very excited to see. I'm going to still go with people are going home. I know a lot of people feel like, no way, it's prank week, nobody's going home. I say, yes they are, they're going home. Oh, that's right, it's on at 9 o'clock. It's on at 9 o'clock tonight. I'm sorry, I'm dumb. Right? It is on at 9 o'clock tonight. Or wait, no, 8. Oh no, now I'm confused. 9 Eastern. Perfect. Okay, great. 8 every other day, 9 on Thursdays. They've screwed me up by changing the time on this so much. 8 Central. Right. So, yeah. I'm actually interested what chat thinks. Do you think that prank week ends with nobody going home? Or do you think people will go home tonight? Since Nick is going, yes, there will be an eviction. If it was Christie, I think they would have stayed because of prank week. Nobody. Nick will go home. No eviction. Going home. People will go. Nick's going home. There has not been a hint, so Nick leaving. Nobody's going. Nick's going. No eviction. Regular eviction. No eviction. Nick out. Weird. So many people earlier in the week were dead set on it being that nobody goes home this week. So it's interesting to see that people are changing their minds now. Honestly, it being an endurance, that almost makes it more seem likely to be that people would stay. Like, I feel like an endurance is better when it comes off the heels of drama. And I mean, normally we have battle back, which goes into endurance, and that's why the endurance at this point in the game is supposed to be so suspenseful. Jack's coming back. I don't think there's going to be a battle back. I feel like they would have told us. I'm so confused. I don't know. We're going to find out in a little bit. I know Julie said another person goes to jury last week. I agree with you, but again, it's production and they can change stuff anytime they want. Remember when they changed the rules to Jack's power that he won earlier in the season? They can change stuff from day to day. Does not matter. And you have to remember that's going out to the casual fans. Do you think they remember? We're only the crazy people that are going back, picking it apart, yada, yada, yada. I think the HOH is going to be the stand and spin where they get hit by stuff. Maybe. We'll see. I will be watching it live with all of you on YouNow. So that is going to be very exciting. That being said, let me, endurance, scroll up, doesn't say endurance comp. I'm telling you, it's going to be an endurance comp. I'm telling you, it's going to be an endurance comp. Me tell you. So, that being said, I am going to wrap this show up now for the people watching it back later. And then I'm going to come right back into this chat with all of you here on TV Co. So you guys don't need to go anywhere. We'll hang out more. I just feel like this is a good point to end our week of daily live feed coverage, now going into tonight's eviction episode. So again, if you've missed any of our past shows, you can check them out at yourrealityrecaps.com/bb21. If you don't have the feeds, yourrealityrecaps.com/feed, so you can watch that in endurance and more. yourrealityrecaps.com/updaters if you want to become a live feed updater, and I will be live on YouNow after the episode that's airing tonight. Of course, I'll be tweeting it on Twitter as well at Reality Recaps. Make sure that you guys follow me on TV Co, because that's where we do these daily live feed update shows every day. And if you want to help support our shows, consider becoming a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. You can always do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. Use our Amazon link if you have any Amazon shopping to do, and follow us on Instagram at Reality Recaps. Don't forget, thumbs up and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, 5-star rating and a nice review on iTunes. We really, really appreciate it. I'll be right back in chat in 20 seconds. Otherwise, I will see you guys all over on Twitter to live tweet the live show, and then YouNow later. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.